What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for jumping in to this video or broadcast right now. We are live. I am joined here today in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online with Delta. Delta, what's up, buddy? Oh, looks like you're having fun over there on your end. I can hear that.
How's everyone doing today?
That's absolutely the best. We cannot have planned that better, even though it wasn't planned. But that's the best thing, dude. Every time that we do a broadcast together, I don't ever want to hear you say, "Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me." I just want to hear that big badass bong rip every fucking time. That's your response.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Statement ended. Bam. So thank you again, Delta, for jumping in with me today.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem, man. How are all you guys doing today? Thank you for all you people jumping in right now. We got X-Killer Son, we got Ugandi again. He's a double statement kind of guy. Thank you all so much. And anyone that's watching this video after it's a video, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, please subscribe, because this is where you're going to get some awesome Chilean mystery hunting, decoding, theorizing, and exclusive Easter egg fucking finds. So thank you guys all.
Thank you. I can't believe it's not Bleach. Thank you for coming and joining our live stream right after you got laid, man.
Wow. I
don't know
I'm
anyone that
happy
gets on YouTube after they get laid.
I know, dude. I mean, I'm happy to know that I'm thought of after someone busts a nut. You know, this days can't get much better. Bong rips and blowjobs and fuck. Damn, dude. This is the perfect day. The Rising Sun, I love your song. Thanks for jumping in. Crayon Box, what's going on? I love your colors. Thanks for jumping in. And I love, soda, Sprunk soda. I am not being paid to say this. Okay, so as we're on our way to our first little thing that we want to show off here, I want to show you guys these mysterious dead trees that we have. And they're throughout a lot of the game, especially in the northern half. Like, the game is literally like chopped up, if you guys haven't noticed this by now. We got the top half, and then we got like a line, and it cuts it off from the bottom half. It's like city, and then shithole, desert, Hickland. City, Hickland. City, Hickland. So in Hickland, we have a lot of dead trees, and if you look at it the right angle, it looks almost perfectly like the skull or the Tree of Skulls in Red Dead Redemption. I don't want to ruin it for anybody that maybe hasn't beaten the game or finished it or plans on playing it now that the second one's coming out next year. But at the end of the game, you do something pretty outstanding, if you will. Okay, something very memorable, and it happens right at a certain tree, a Tree of Skulls, and they put it in this game, so it's kind of cool. Nice nod to Red Dead Redemption, but also, if you're one of those hunters that believes that the Rockstar's past, and in other games, as well, including in Rockstar's past, if you believe that that's somehow incorporated into this mystery, well, then that's a nice little thing for you guys to know, in case you didn't know that. Again, the tree is here as well, and it's pretty cool because, these are like little farm houses and stuff. Like, we got farming equipment and shit like right here, so it definitely goes with the whole flow of everything. It even kind of looks like the stagecoach wheel from a certain way. But I want to point this out to you guys. This was shown to me by another hunter. I will be showing this off in my new viewer's voice video, so this will be repeated again. But one viewer by the name of The Real Player, he sent me a message. I joined him in an online session, and he showed me this, and this is pretty rad. If you look at this this fixture up here on the left, if I don't get hit by this truck, but without really zooming in too much, you could see how it says, like, the first half of the word is cut off. I believe it might say mill bag. I'm not too sure, but it says LL bag, and then below it, I believe it says steel. Okay, now this is just like that other sign that we see where it's like the Maze Bank or whatever, or it's like put your trust in red or whatever, and then you zoom in and it has foreclosure like smacked right across it. This is kind of like one of those signs. This is what you see now, but when you zoom in on it, it changes, and we can see that it says GB and then Grand Banks. Grand Banks.
We'll go take a closer look at that sign in the chopper.
Yeah, I'll get in the chopper. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that, just from seeing it right here from my perspective? I mean, I'm very suspicious because of the whole banks part. We know that we got the Maze Bank, which has been pretty much punned recently as Easter egg from their logo. You know, that fixture that sets out in front, that red cube that looks like it could be an E in another E. But I'm not too sure. Delta, what's your thoughts on this?
I'm not too sure about, really what to think of this. It is weird that this is happening here. Watch, you'll see it change in a second.
Yeah, it just changed for me on my screen. What's going on, Jordan Cleveley and Michael Stratford and Zammy?
I know a lot of I don't want to sit here and debunk it, but just to throw it out there, a lot of textures are made. Rockstar went out to actual locations and took actual pictures of things, and then when they made the game, they basically put a cartoon overlay basically on it, and gave it its feel, and that's how they got a lot of things to look almost exactly like the real life counterpart. So some of these things I take as texture glitches only because, all I know is maybe this is not this sign, but the yellow sign, the mill sign, the mill steel sign. Maybe that's a real
that
life.
Was the real picture that they took in real life.
And then yeah, maybe. I don't know because I don't.
And then
I don't know.
like we said off camera, you were saying that maybe for lawsuit purposes or something, they decided to change it to this Grand Banks thing, but then a little glitch got through the system or whatever. It's quite possible. You could very well be right. But
the other Grand Bank, there's another Grand Banks over in the city. So that's makes me think that the Grand Banks logo is the one that's supposed to be showing. But then again, I don't know. Maybe this place used to be Grand Banks. Maybe that yellow sign was another sign that it used to be, because this place is actually called the Stoner Cement Works. So maybe the other two signs are just old signs from what the place used to be back in the day, and that's why it's all run down and falling apart, and who knows.
Yeah. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Definitely would like to get some feedback on this, as I'd like to figure it out, because if it is meant to be like that, because Rockstar has done this type of thing before, where you zoom in and it has foreclosure smacked right on it. I'd like to know, what you guys think. Is this meant to be? Is it a glitch? Is it an error? Or if it is meant to be, what are they trying to show us by telling us Grand Banks? Maybe the Grand Banks in the city is got something on it, near it, around it, that we should have paid more attention to. If you want to take us over to that Grand Banks, maybe we can take a look around the area if you know where it is. Chaz T, thanks for saying hi. Always happy to have you jump in. Matt Willis, what's up, baby? And the artist formerly known as DJ Dozer, what's going on? How you guys doing today? Thanks for jumping in to the broadcast.
I'm reading the chat. I'm gonna kill us both in here. Okay.
You want me to fly? Even though that might, might not be the better option out of the two.
So, we have anywhere else to go in here? I don't really know what to discuss.
You know what? If you want to stop,
playing much.
If you want to stop over at this motorcycle place over here, I wanted to kind of throw something out over here. It's old news, but it's not bad to discuss.
Where do you want me to go?
Straight ahead to the right, the motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
Thing.
Yeah, I haven't been playing much. I've been playing a lot of other games, Battlefield, and I'm really stuck on Battlefield.
Zammy Liquor says that he's like, it's highly possible that was a clue. He's like, think of the ghost, think of the UFO. He's like, my gut feeling says it's nothing, but... So, we got one person saying that might be a clue.
Yeah.
Then Undead Demon is saying that there is no fucking way this is a texture glitch. It has been 3 years old, and Rockstar would have fixed. See, that's what I would. That's what I think. But then you also have shit like we have over in the Northeast, over by on Mount Gordo. We have that glowing tree, that golden tree that everyone's like, oh, it's just a glitch. It's just a glitch. And it's still there. And Rockstar knows. I mean, I'm telling you guys, Rockstar has to be watching at least some of our mystery videos because they want to see how
Then
far
again,
along we are.
you got to remember too that there's a lot of things though that are texture glitched and they haven't fixed it yet either. Like one of the biggest ones is the UFO. Like the FIB logo on PS3, on old gen I should say, Xbox 360 and PS3, the logo runs exactly with the outside portion of the UFO, but in new gen, in current gen consoles and PC, the FIB logo is not. It runs like weird. It's that's a texture glitch. They haven't fixed that, and that's probably one of the most noted errors in the whole thing.
Huh.
I don't know. I mean, it could be. They don't. They might not just something that small. They might not care about and do. But it is good to just keep it in mind. It could be something. It might not be something, but just keep it in your mind.
Yeah, it is good to keep in your back pocket for sure. I'm looking at this sign here because the actual bullseye or the crosshairs attracted me to it. And what does this say? It says something scrice or go to hell under the range band sign here. Wait, where it says the range band underneath it, it says something or go to hell. I don't know what they're saying there. This is Stab City, and this is a real place in real life, guys. I actually did a discussion video a while ago on this place, and
There's Zodiac's over here as well.
And there's a lot of there's a lot of clues here. I mean, a lot. But the one that I wanted to talk to you guys about, kind of
saved my life.
Kind of bring
It's
up
a cult.
to you,
Lost
Delta.
is a cult.
What's it called?
It's a cult. The motorcycle club. The Lost. We're a cult.
You know what? This sign is here. This poster's here as well. I didn't notice that. This poster's at what's his name? Omega's hippie camp. This 2020 Los Santos with the alien in it, and the waves crashing, like making us think that a tsunami is gonna crash in 2020. We've talked about this before. I didn't know it was at this place also. I thought it was just over at the camp where Omega lives. But
I feel like the Lost is a cult, but they're not like the cults of the city that are trying to rob you of your money.
well, see, the thing that makes me interested in the Lost is that Trevor hates their asses, dude. And
Yeah, and
you know, Trevor doesn't really discriminate. He doesn't really, you know,
they
he
do
discriminates
everything
against very
like
few.
a cult would. Like they would bring you in. They like basically get you back into like functioning society. They even hold talent shows, like the big talent shows in the city. Like I don't know, it just feels like they're a cult, but they're like the good cult. They're not a bad version like Epsilon or Altruists are.
I don't know. See, this is pretty crazy.
But then again, Trevor doesn't like the Lost because he was lost at some point. He like admits that I was one of you once or something like that. And so like if he was lost and he was part of a motorcycle club, then he was like lost in life and he joined the club and then he probably realized that it was fucked up and he didn't want to be part of them anymore and he left.
Yeah, or he
So
just
now
didn't want to
he
listen to any rules or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Like he realized it was bullshit and he just wanted to get away from it all.
What's going on, Ultra Gaming? Okay, so this is what I wanted to bring up to you and everyone else. Um, we have this sign right in the front, okay? It says Sunset Horse, or Sunset Horus, or whatever. Um, Biker only zone. I'm not sure if this is a mask
That
hanging
sign,
off of the S. I'm
that
not.
sign changes too.
Is that a mask, like a white mask that's hanging, like a Jason mask kind of thing, hanging off the S? And then as well as all that, we have an arrow, and we all know that on our physical map in the game disc, like, open the box, and then the physical map says catch the arrow. Now I know it's that subway system, but it could be a duality, like catch the arrow, like catch it with your eye, look and find the clue. And we do have an arrow here. It says range on it, but also we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars. And we all know we're trying to get that 6 star. And recently, Delta, let me know what you think about this. I thought about, what if Rockstar did something where it is online, where we trigger it and get an Easter egg online, and we are literally like trying to shoot for the stars, shoot to get that 6 star. Like, you've even said it before, where if an Easter egg were to happen online on an online server, it would be so easy for them to do that because it's on their server. It wouldn't be as easy to find in the coding because it's on their server. And, basically Rockstar tops and beats anybody else, any other game out there, on every aspect. When it comes out with a new GTA, it's always beating the crap out of any other game out there. And we know Battlefield had that one Easter egg where 10 people online or whatever did whatever they did, and they had that megalodon shark spawn and like do whatever, eat the people, whatever it did. Now, come on, that's an awesome, epic online moment to enjoy with your friends, and it doesn't ruin, or change anything permanently in the game. It just happens once for the people that triggered it, and whatever. What if we're supposed to literally shoot for the stars and just somehow earn that 6 star by keeping the one level so long, or doing it at the right location, at the right place, time, weather, day of the week, clothes, masks, everything. What if it's got to be very particular, and maybe it's online? I'm not too sure, but this is the newest update, the biker update. This is at the biker place, the Lost, and a lot of ideas flowing through my mind. So I don't know what you guys think in the comments. Definitely let me know. But Delta, if you can give me your 2 cents, I would greatly appreciate it because
That's
I
a
have a
good
lot of
theory.
questions here.
I mean, there's a good theories, but get the 6 stars and stuff like that. One thing I wanted to point out, I actually never noticed this before. I always thought that this was the Lost and was their park. I never knew that this was someone else's park first. They took it over. I see it says no bikers allowed
Oh
behind the
yeah,
sign,
it
but then they
does.
write bikes only. So they
Yeah, this
took
is
over this
Vanessa's
Lost park.
something.
This is Vanessa's trailer
This is
park.
Vanessa's hookups. Vanessa's hookups. This is her prostitution joint. This is where she
The
goes.
bikers weren't
Oh,
allowed here. The bikers took over. So that makes me think too. Maybe Trevor was actually living here in the trailer park, and when the bikers came, took over. Now he doesn't like the Lost.
well, we did have to follow the
Who
bikers though
knows?
to here to even know where this place was. Remember?
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
Is this a
Good
is this a
point.
mask hanging off of the S right here?
I can't tell. I think it's just a stylish S. I can't tell
But
though.
hanging off of the mask, you got the 2 eyes. It's like sideways, kind of a front sideways
Yeah, I
view.
think that's just. I don't know. I think that's just like like I don't know. Part of the sign, like over here, it has like yellow tints and stuff to it. I don't know. I just feel like it's.
So
My
Sunset
Coke factory's
Horus.
running out of Coke. You want to help me deliver some Coke?
Yeah, sure. So what do you think about this place though? And that's a good catch, dude. What does it say? Something park, trailer park, hookups. Vanessa's. I don't know. I definitely want your guys'
You good?
opinion in the comments. What do you think about the stars? I mean, is it a coincidence there's 6 stars here, Delta?
Join my join my club. I don't know. Wait, where do you see? You said there's 6 stars. Where do you see the 6 star?
above the M.
Oh shit, yeah. I don't know. That theory's been around for a long time about the 6 stars. I don't really know. The only time that anyone can ever get it to spawn is through mods, so I'm not sure about that.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round.
Weaving spiders come not here. What are you talking about?
Sorry, I'm like,
Andy H, thanks for jumping in. He says it could be possible Rockstar are playing a very long game and some of these in-game mysteries won't be solvable for little real life years. That is definitely oh, what did I just call in? That is definitely possible. Also, some of this stuff could just be to throw us off course. You know, the thing is they put so much in here, and they
a
use
lot of red
so
herrings
many
in the
like,
game.
yeah, exactly. Like, and this is, you know, Grand Theft Auto's always been a big pun in itself of real life in many ways. So we don't know. You know, it's hard to be able to figure out what's a pun, what's a joke, what is, you know, clues, what's part of a mystery, what's part of an Easter egg, what's part of an Easter egg in a mystery. You know, there's so many different ways we can look at this, and they do stress perception and perspective all the time. So, I mean, they are telling us basically we have to learn our, you know, our own discernment. We have to figure out what we got to do here, and it's
Um,
teamwork. We have to unite, guys. That's why we're doing this live
the
stream.
only thing it says that if you can get a full session in a public game, killing cops might achieve 6 stars. The only thing with that is this solved on current gen and last gen together, or is it just set to one generation console? Because you have to remember that when online was created for current gen, like how many players are allowed in the lobby now? Like 30, something like that.
I don't even know.
So, and before it was only 16. So either you need 16 players to kill cops and everything, or you need the full thing on current gen of 30. That's the only thing about that. Which consoles is it solved on, or is it solved on all of them?
My personal opinion is I believe that
Oh,
this
we can't
mystery
even
was
do
able to
this.
be solved the day we bought the game, September 17th, 2013.
We can't do my Coke because we're not in a public session. So I'm just gonna retire and go back to the MC.
I can't do your Coke.
Motorcycle
I'm on
club.
the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
Oh no, no, I don't want to be in this. See ya. I joined that one.
Wait, what do you want to join?
CEO, so we can have a chopper
I'll
on
get
hand.
back to it then.
We can't kill each other. Alright, where are we going? What's new to talk about?
You want to head over to
I
Pleader
think
Bay?
let's just refresh everybody, and yeah, on the way we'll stop at the mural.
Yeah, let's
Take a
do
look at
that.
the little fashion.
You know, this place too, you know, they added that guide doing that dance down there right below us. You know, and the thing is, they like hunted this guy down. He's a real tap dancer in real life and a real mountain man, Tibet. Like, why? Like, that's what I mean. Like, I believe in GTA 4 they hunted down a random band, like some band that nobody's ever fucking heard of, but they wanted this band for one song for somewhere in that game, and they I think they even hired a private investigator to track this guy down or this band down. I swear to God, because it was like they were just like really nothing. They weren't really anything, and you know, you were the one that told me about the what was that band? Tangerine Dream or
Tangerine
something?
Dream. Yep.
Yeah,
Tangerine Dream.
and they had them too. Like they sought them out and wanted them to do this for this game. It's like they don't do that for no reason, guys. A lot of it's gonna hide in the music, and it's gonna be blatant in the music. I mean, for Christ's sakes, their name is Rockstar. What do you think about this, man? You think this means the path up to the top of the mountain, or what?
One of the biggest ones. Either it's the mountain, or I think it's a mountain. To be honest, it has jagged edges on one side, which makes me think it's like a mountain. The trail up it, all the way to enlightenment, which I believe the eye to be representing the sun and the moon, like for sure. So, at least from what I understand at the observatory and stuff. So, like, that's what I believe the eye is. So, I think that it's the path to enlightenment. That's what that means. And
Dude,
I
I
think
see
it
like an
represents
X in a
the whole
box
thing.
right there. See that? Go back down. It's probably not supposed to be. It's probably just whatever I see, but I see an X. Like
In the box? No,
if you
I
look
think it's just part of the
look to the
rock.
right
Yeah, I see
and
what
up.
you're saying, but I think it's just part of the rock.
See it? Up like 10 feet to the right.
Like in the box?
No. Get away from the thing. Just fly up and a little bit to the right. See it right? Now
Oh,
we're
right.
eye level with it. See it?
Right there, I see it. Yeah, I think
There's
it's
an
just
X.
part of the. Yeah, I just think it's part of the rock.
No, I have to make new videos now and label it New X Found in Box Mystery Solved. And I'll label that for the next 10 fucking videos. Let's see if I get some more subscribers. What's up, Loopy Fruit? Thanks so much for jumping in.
The question remains though, like even if the mural lines up, like we know the mural does line up, like you wrap it around Chiliad and it gives you the 5 glyphs on the mountain. But the question is that the thing is that there's 2 locations for each glyph so far, except for the last 2. And one of them, there's 3 technically unsolved with that mountain glyph right there. So, but the mountain glyph is also written in the sand, so that's actually the sand glyph is the second location of the mountain, of that mountain's tower glyph. But the other one is like the faded eye glyph and the other full eye glyph, but no, it doesn't have a second location. No one wants to point out a second location.
So let me ask you a question here. Very good question, Undead. I was gonna bring this up to him too. Okay, do we all agree that this door is gonna open? From just common sense, looking at the other 3 entrances, and having them all the same door, opened from the middle. You know, from the middle to the left and to the right on each side. Would we all agree to say, and it's safe to say that this is gonna open the same way? You know, left and right. Just like the rest
I
of
mean,
them.
I guess you could say that yes, that door could possibly open, and just especially because like if you come out here, there's obviously extra room, you know, with the door, and we know like I was gonna say the argument could be you wouldn't really know that everyone knows that there's probably a box. Everyone knows that there's not probably, but there is a box behind that door. Like if you glitch through the wall, there's a box behind it.
Right.
But the thing is, no one. If you just take that out and pretend that you never heard that or never saw it, because the only way you know that is if you're going through the file. Nothing in the game actually tells you that that box is behind there because you can't
Right.
get in there.
Right.
But I mean, like a logical like thing it would be like, yeah, that door opens because these other 3 doors are identical and they all open, and there's extra room back like in the building for that door to open. So yeah, it's possible.
You know, and I'm wondering if it's almost got to be lined up, like I mentioned in the previous video. Like if you stand in the right spot here, you know, the bottom part of this extension in front of us kind of looks like a squinted eye. You see it? It's kind of like the eye that from the shadow of the lighthouse. See, like if you're looking down at that extension where it comes together, and like if you're looking at it sideways from left to right, you see how like the middle would be like the pupil.
Where?
Like, stay where you are. Like right now, I'm like standing on the pupil right here, and then the eye
Oh, I see
goes
what
from
you're
each
saying.
side. See what I mean?
Um,
And if you stand at the right place in first person, you can actually have that like line up perfectly between those two pieces of fence up there that you're looking through. And maybe the sun at sunset, because that's when the eye in the sky happens when it's thunderstorming and raining out. You know, maybe when that sun, it actually does when it sunsets with the eye in the sky. It actually does fall right directly in the middle of this and go straight down. Actually, I showed this off in the beginning of one of my videos, and I thought it was very suspicious that it did it like that from that perspective. So I'm wondering at the right, if all the, if everything was in the right place, the right time, day of the week, all that shit was right, okay? Maybe that would be in line and it would beam a light onto the door or whatever and it would open it. I don't know. It's just a
I mean,
random
that's a
thrown
good
out theory,
theory,
but
but like, it's a good theory.
I just don't know what to think. I mean, it does look suspicious. I can see an eye in that fixture. We also got images on the back here. I know you're not one for the images, Delta. Usually you say everything that you
Yeah, I'm
see in a,
not.
in a wall or anywhere is always Jesus toast to you. But that's okay, because sometimes I'm in the mood to eat some Jesus toast. So, but I mean, come on. I don't think anyone can deny the alien head in the wall here.
I just think it's just these things are just textures, like they're mirrored textures. That's how the
That's an
game's
alien's
created.
face. Do you see the big alien face?
It's what your mind makes of it. Yeah, I can see it, but I also see like skulls of
Yeah, in
like
the middle, the totem of them.
rabbits. I can see like rabbits and birds and owls and
Yes, that's because they're
other
fucking
things
with
too.
us.
But it's what makes you. It's just what's it called? Pareidolia or whatever
But
it's
you
how
know
it's
what?
called. I don't know how to
Maybe it
pronounce it
is.
right.
I'm
It's
I'm
just
willing to
what your
agree
mind
on
is
that.
playing.
But I'll tell you what, they did it so it does that. They did that on purpose for a reason.
Some
They
things.
planned for you to be able to see shit in here. They did it right, dude. Because it's not like this on every texture. It's not like this on every wall, and even similar walls don't have it. So why specific ones, especially like this one right here behind the mural on Mount Chiliad?
Maybe we're supposed to stand down there for a set period of time. You know, with the Sasquatch Easter egg, we have to stand in the junkyard, the airplane graveyard, for like 15 seconds before the Sasquatch actually like appears, and that always got to me. I always feel like it was solved too fast because they were definitely trying to tell us something with those clues, and like his quarry seemed familiar. Only the coders could see that, and it. I just felt like they were really trying to hint at something, and we passed it up big time.
Well,
And
like what you were
but
saying, dude, the
but
one
I'm saying
time.
like we stand here though. Come back when your story is complete, and we stand on this deck, and we can see the UFO in the right conditions. But we had already been standing on the deck for some time to see that appear, to get our reward. So that was probably the trigger. What if we just stand on the platform down there in front of the door for 15 seconds for until whenever?
Right.
But
Possibly.
you know,
Like I like the one thing that you said before. Like also someone in the comments asked about the radio antennas on top of this building, and that's another thing. Um, you know, this Solwax FM comes from broadcasting from Mount Chiliad. Well, where? Where on Mount Chiliad or in Mount Chiliad are you broadcasting from? They do have the antennas here. It is possible, but that's also getting me. I wondered about that all the time, and I like the one thing you said though, going back to the Bigfoot and the Beast. Uh, you were on a discussion with me previously, talking about the hippie camp and the mural. The mural is the key, and the hippie camp is the guide. And when that Beast and Bigfoot Easter egg came out, you even mentioned to me how that stayed true to even that update that happened after your statement, and they made it so it still ran true with like the placements of the hitchhikers. Like, weren't you telling me different things like how that still made sense? Like the hitchhikers were found there, like one even
yep.
at the hippie camp because it's found somewhere else, so it makes sense. And like everything completely makes sense with a lot of things. That's why I think that we might not have it all, but we're good. We got to be getting close because some of the stuff isn't being debunked. It's just proving true after time. So you start to wonder how close are we really?
Just from the satellite on top of or the radio tower on top of Chiliad, and the radio channel you said was broadcasting from here. I actually think too it could also be the Alturas camp that it's broadcasting from, and that's what those little huts are at the top. That's the little radio station. And since they believe in like space and all that shit.
So, but why would they say broadcasting from Mount
Tourists are
Chiliad?
broadcast because that's still Chiliad Mountain State Wilderness. Still Chiliad, where the Alturists are. So if the Alturists are into space, what channel did you say broadcast from Mount Chiliad?
Solwax FM.
Yeah. So they're like kind of into like spacey stuff. So
I guess, you know what? I guess you're kind of right, because look at the mountain right now. Look at it, how it goes down. It is all the same chunk of land, isn't it?
yeah. Oh yeah, that is the Alturas camp on there, isn't it?
You know what? You might be onto something here, dude.
Yeah, the little like there's those little huts at the top of the off
Yeah,
to
maybe
the
it's a naked
side of the Alturas
friggin'
camp.
old altruist sitting in a hut, you know, smoking cigarettes, rolled up cigarettes that he got at the res. You know, the Tongva Indians live out there, so maybe he went and got his Tongva Indian rolled tobacco, smoking Joes.
I mean, sometimes, like, you know, if you're, like, in the mountains and stuff, you need radio towers to broadcast the signal further. So to put a radio tower on top of the hut that's on top of Mount Chiliad would be perfect. All the radio stations that are, like, in the area can broadcast to that tower, which then broadcasts it out. But if the mountain is blocking the signal, obviously, you know, it won't get through to, like, the city. So they put a tower on Chiliad, the highest point of the game, so that the signal, in theory, so that the signal could get through. And maybe that's why the tower is on top of Chiliad.
Yeah, you know what? I like it. And that's a good theory. That is a good theory. I'm liking that. What do you think
I
about
believe
these
the guy
telescopes? Do you
the
think
guy
these are...
watching the ocean, I don't know who said that. Jordan Cleverly. The Alturas guy watching over the ocean, I think he's just watching the sunset, because they believe they praise the sun, and so when the moon goes down, they get scared or whatever. So I think that's what they're like watching for when the sun goes down. I mean,
Also,
that's what
remember
they're
that
watching.
Easter egg that we showed off? Those two dots that follow around the whole world here. They are very weird, strange dots, and they are moving. I mean, if you want to go technical with the word UFO, it's an unidentified flying object. We don't know what they were, but I always thought maybe he's looking for those, or looking out for those. But it is more likely what Delta said, it's probably true with, but I still always have that to think about, because that's still an unanswered question for me. I just recently went and found those again to see if they're still there, and they are. Now, these telescopes, before we leave, do you think, because there's telescopes, and I think me and you've talked about this, Delta, there's telescopes planted in very, very suspicious locations throughout this entire map.
Very peculiar.
Yes, very, very peculiar. And obviously this is one of the biggest suspicious locations in the game, Mount Chiliad itself. And we got two telescopes, or, you know, basically, yeah, telescopes here. What are they for? Are they just for decoration and make it to more realism in the game, because that's what would most likely be at a sightseeing place? Or do you think that it's trying to tell us something, like we need two characters up here at once, or look at something at the right time, or, you know?
I don't know, there's like some, I don't know, I know telescopes are important in some way, I really do, but I don't know if it's like you need two people at Chiliad, or if you just need to be at Chiliad just to look through the telescope, look at something, and know where to go. Like, there is, like, the Redwood Lights track actually glows like an arrow when you look at it from Chiliad, in a way. And I always felt like that was pointing to something. Like a giant arrow made out of the lights from the Redwood Lights track. And
It does.
I don't know what it's pointing at, though.
What do you see that at?
When it got to be nighttime. You can see it.
Oh,
You have to look at the Redwood Lights track. It's directly in front of you.
you know what? I'll tell you one thing I do notice, okay, that's pointing out to me substantially right now, is that it's a perfect view of the prison. You know, Bolingbrook Prison. The word bowling in there. We know we have bowling in GTA 4, and they bring it up a lot in this. I mean, that's a clear view, right? I mean, almost perfectly like aligned. This mountain right here just misses it, and lines up with the prison. Now you're saying there's an arrow. I wonder which way it's facing. If it's facing towards the prison, that'll be crazy.
It's facing towards the city. It's like pointing you in the direction of the city, but it's not the city exactly because the Redwood Lights track isn't exactly in line with the city. It's like more towards what would be over there. The dam. It's exactly what it is. It's pointing like toward the dam.
You know, that's nuts. That's crazy. You know, I wanted to point out one more thing too. I think I told you this before, Delta. The telescopes, the telescope array, those big 6 satellite dishes. The one is different color than the other ones when you zoom in on them, and it happens to be the one that's facing this direction, the one that's facing towards like Mount Josiah, and the other ones are darkened. If you look through this telescope, all those are darkened except for that one in the middle. I mean, they are all darkened up until a certain point.
Especially with like the scientists that spawn there and shit on certain days, but like, I just don't like the lights and stuff. Yeah, it is interesting that one light is different and it's the one that's pointing at each other, but I just don't know where to go with the info.
Oh, right.
Same thing, there's scientists over by the Humane Labs too, building on like the stretch of road on the way to Humane Labs, and they sit there sometimes, and I just don't know why. It's weird. Very interesting stuff.
See, that's the thing is like, I got some people in the chat. What's up, Super Blunt? Java's down. Brian Amaya, Norbert, how'd you do? You know, they're saying shadows, you know, because the sun shines on it. Possibly, it could be just more toast to throw in your toaster, but it is possible that it could be a clue. You know, that's why whenever I see something, whatever, I always give it thought before I brush it off, if I'm going to brush it off. And even the stuff I brush off, I still try to keep in my back pocket as a reference point, because once you have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 things adding up to do the same thing, whether it's appearing to be a shadow or a texture glitch or whatever, once you start to have, you know, a number of things doing that, it's, you know, starting to wonder if it's just a coincidence anymore. So that's why it's good just to keep all the information as close to your brain as possible for fetching back and comparing to the newest or latest discoveries.
Where is the rock? This is the one I always have trouble finding. It's like right in this area somewhere.
Looking for a rock?
Looking for the glyph. One of the unsolved glyphs.
Oh, I bet you, is it the one with the thunderstorm and the rain, or the cloud and the rain?
No, it's the it's always in line with the fucking chicken eater. That's how I always find it.
It's in line with the chicken what?
It's in line with this chicken over here from Pluck and Bow. Like you can always see it. So if you're too far down, you know, like it's in, I just know it's in this area. That's how I judge it. Because it's like by the Pluck and Bow thing. So I always feel like it's in this ravine. It's very hard to spot unless you're like right on top of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
I think it's the Faded Eye glyph, but it could be the other one. I'm just looking for the glyphs, that's all.
We got Jack Salter in the chat. What's going on, Jack? Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, Brian, I mean, Paleto Bay does have tons of clues. I was just there earlier today recording some footage for a video that should be coming out today or tomorrow. Yeah, Super Blunt says, there ain't no crack up there. Stop looking for rocks. And the formerly known artist known as DJ Dozer says, what's up, guys? What's going on there, DJ? I got a question for you, Delta. The TO1
Yeah.
tunnel and TO2, right? They,
Yeah.
I've been seeing people for the past couple of weeks talking about how on top of the FIB building and the IAA, you got, TO1 or TO2, whatever up there. Do you think that it's a connection, some way, shape, or form? Do you think that there's a tunnel that could run from point A to point B involving those buildings at all?
There very well could be. I think I kind of want to believe in a TO1, TO2, but there's no active doors in that tunnel. Nothing can open in the tunnel. Coders have gone through it. There's no active doors. I want to believe that. I mean, it does make a lot of sense for things, but I don't know.
Do you think
I
it
don't know
just
what
needs that trigger? Do you think it needs to be triggered? Because I mean, we
It
can
could
go
be.
up to wherever the mystery is going to be solved. We can go to that location right now if we knew what it was, and it's not gonna solve the mystery. We're not gonna solve it because we're not triggering it. So that doesn't mean that it's not, a central focus of this mystery. You know what I mean? So that's what kind of leaves me hanging sometimes. It's like, well, nothing's happening there. It's like a shutdown clue, but at the same time, unless I trigger it, how do I know it's not gonna do something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. This glyph's making me mad, man. I'm just concentrated on finding it at the moment.
To be honest, I can't even remember which one this is. It's, you know what? It's been a while since I've been, looking around at these glyphs, and I should probably go
Yeah,
back.
that's why I was trying to go back and refresh everyone's memory of the mural and the glyphs, because like I rarely ever come out here. Most people just look at them look online. They just look up the glyphs, but it's nice just to see them for yourself.
No, you are right, because you know what? A lot of different things come into play when you're actually doing it.
I know it's right around this area.
The things around you. That's a good point. Sometimes it's better just to go and do it in game because you might see something like a block away as you're flying to it, and something might spark in your mind, and you might say, "Oh my God, that makes sense because of this," and you never would have had that revelation if you didn't go to it in game. So that's a good point that Delta just made. Sometimes, guys,
Every time all the finds I see and stuff, I always try it out for myself. Even like really good theories, I don't wait for the theory to be solved first. I try to just jump into that person's theory and go for it because I want to see stuff for myself. You just seeing things for yourself gives you a whole different perspective of things, and it's just better to see it for yourself.
I agree. I totally agree.
I know it's in here somewhere, and I'm gonna fucking get out of the truck and look for it.
You could always go
Probably
online
gonna die.
to find it.
Die.
Oh, what the hell? You just left me for dead. And I'm on the side, so I can't even. Oh, my mother of Lord. Oh, shit.
Sorry about that.
What's going on, Saizen Setsu? While he's doing that, I'll go get us another chopper and show off a couple different things that I want to show off here. So, you guys have some visual eye candy in the meantime. Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, sorry for making you guys look at rocks for about 5 minutes.
Oh, man, you should be apologizing to me. Thanks for spawning me on the top of a mountain where I'm going to keep on falling and dying to my death.
Just call it chopper. You're not even that far. I'm further up than you are.
I'm just fucking around.
Yeah,
We also got that weird portal thing too, Delta. Like, a lot of people have said something about like, oh, why don't you go turn into a chicken and go and sit in this thing? There's like that trigger marker thing that's over here by the train tracks.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that, dude? It's still not taken out of the game, and it looks just like how you walk into those circle missions, like an online mission or whatever. I mean, come on, dude. What the fuck is this thing? For anyone that's wondering what I'm talking about, I'll show you here right now. If you look, it's on the side of the train tracks, which spawns a whole bunch of questions because what if it's a trigger or something that's going to activate like a 88 miles per hour trigger or, whatever, something linked to Back to the Future because we know there's a lot of those kinds of clues. Or maybe it's not any of that. Maybe we do have to go get a chicken and sit his ass right in there. I don't know. I've done the chicken thing in director mode and laid his ass in there. Nothing happened. But, oh, I fell for it. You know, I always get people with that. I always have them look at it and then they never notice the train's coming and I watch it happen and get it on video and laugh my ass off and swear one day I'm going to make a montage and show everybody all the people that died. But it just happened to me. I got hit by the train while looking at it. So you heard it first right here. Be careful if you go to check that out in-game because you will get splattered if you check that out while looking at it from the tracks. Well, Delta, what do you think that is? Do you think that that's a trigger that's, like, just visible? Like something's wrong with the coding and it's somehow showing a little bit of it and it's a trigger for something?
What the fuck? Dude.
What's going on?
I just saw that happen.
What was that?
I just saw that happen. That was a massive Titan. It was like one of those random fucking planes.
I just watched an explosion happen over by the police station.
A Titan just came up flying over my head, and it looked like there was no pilot in it. It was just spiraling out of control, and it landed by the Cluck and Bell factory and exploded.
Can you record that? Record that, please.
I already did.
Wow.
That was crazy.
I mean, if it's possible, guys, I will do my best to add that clip at the end of this video whenever this video gets published. I'm going to try to get it from Delta, and you guys can skip.
That's why. Because some dude's about to kill you, Danny. Watch out. Forgot you're in a public session, friend session.
Oh, that's
he abandoned the Titan.
Oh my God!
I'm thinking something crazy's going on. Look,
yeah, me too. I thought some crazy, like I did step on that little friggin' marker over on the tracks. Holy shit! Maybe I triggered some crazy Titan dive bomb attack from hell. But no, I'm being rated by viewers. Oh God, help me! Well, that was funny. What's going on, DJ Dozer? Thanks for jumping in and forcing your way into the video. How you doing? Big shout out, guys, to DJ Dozer.
Oh, DJ Dozer, do you know where the glyph is? Tell me where the glyph is.
Maybe that's why he jumped in. He's like, I want to show you clowns where the glyph is.
I know it's right in this area. I just can't find the damn glyph. It's really making me mad.
So, yeah, if anyone has any idea at all what this thing is for, let us know. I've been on this for a while now, trying to figure it out. It's very weird. It looks like a miniature mission marker. It does change you, like your feet and stuff, white, like when you sit in it or stand in it. Let me see here. Let me show you guys.
There's a tree there.
Yeah. So it does, you know, interact with you. Like, it's there. It's not in my imagination, that's for sure. So I'm not sure exactly what that's all about. It's another mystery that I have to try to figure out here in the game. 1337 Gaming HQ says, I have an idea. Texture glitch. Possibly. Here's the mysterious Titan that came crashing down with a clown into town, unannounced, without a frown. So as we're talking about this stuff,
according to this picture, it's supposed to be right here on this mountain, but it's not appearing for some odd reason. I'm gonna run further up the mountain.
This someone showed me this.
I should be standing right on it, and I'm not. Weird.
You'll find it. Is that a new moon, Delta? That's a new moon, ain't it?
Wait, hold on. I just saw the moon like coming on the mountain. I don't know where the moon's at.
The moon is
north.
north.
That's a new moon. What time is it? It's about to flip right now. It didn't flip?
Nope.
Oh, that's weird. It must be a new moon then. It's the day after a new moon.
Oh, really? Yeah. Would it have flipped like that? Would we have watched it flip?
It would have. Yeah, we would have watched it flip at 12 o'clock. If it was a new moon. But So it must be a day or two after.
Huh. Now this is a weird place too, guys. In Paleto Bay, we got like an interior up there, as you can tell. But when you walk in here, look at that crazy looking door. I mean, what's behind there? An alien god from fucking Apocalyptic Doom? I mean, what the frig? It's like a bright lime green door. It's hiding. If you look at this. I mean, you have to walk in here to see this thing.
Oh, fucking would have done.
Why? Why is that there?
I hate these fucking mountains. You can't climb up hills. Like basic hill and you can't climb up it.
Mr. Cod and Dezerk, thanks for jumping in. I think we need to help Delta out. We need to go get him a Enduro or something. Dozer,
I just want a chopper on that side. I just can't get to it because it's on the other side. Grab it for me and bring it over here. Actually, screw it. I'm gonna steal this.
Whoa. Yo, look at my feet, dude. Is that normal? Does it... What? Dude, my fucking footsteps are glowing, dude. Was it that lime green door that did this? Or was it that mission marker that I stepped on?
Probably the mission marker.
Dude, something's making me, like I just stomped Slimer's face in from the Ghostbusters, and now I'm, like, leaving a green blood trail of mystery behind. Dude, what is going on under my feet? Do you guys see this right now? My footsteps are glowing. This is pretty ridiculous, guys. I would like to know what exactly I just did. Thanks. Come over here. Tell me if you see this.
Oh, I just hit my chopper. What?
Do you see my footprints, like my trail, leaving a big glowing lime green?
It's like the color of the dirt. I think it's just the dirt.
It's like dust, but it's glowing. Dude, that's not... I've never seen it do that before.
Probably underneath, because you're underneath a light.
Oh, it's fucking weird, dude.
Well, I'm just trying to pull this out. You guys want to get in?
Weird. We got this Helmut's European Autos.
Alright, I'm gonna go look for this dangerous.
I'll meet you up there in a second. As soon as you find it, let me know so I can go up there. I just wanted to show off these weird festivals. I want to know what people think about these, because they're right next to that hamburger sign, and I mean, all this has been brought up recently. Well, fairly recent. And I kind of just want to get people's opinions. You know, I'll check the video after, tomorrow or whatever. I'll check and see everyone's comments over the last day or so. So, definitely leave your opinions, guys, on multiple things.
No, don't run down the fucking hill.
Like, what do you think about the hamburger sign? You know, it's on the same street as this church here. We know that a lot of the churches are missing like a letter. A lot of them could spell out hearts with those missing letters. We got this weird hamburger sign. It's right near the festival stuff, and this Reds auto. You know, a lot of different Easter eggs and weird things going on here. So, I mean, it's hard to tell. Teamwork. We gotta discuss. Dezerk says that was trippy, man. Yeah, dude, it was. I didn't know what the hell was going on beneath my feet. Magic Dust. That unicorn been around again. Yeah. Like, you don't even know, man.
I really don't understand. This is making no sense.
Who's Johnny Staple? Congrats. Yeah, DJ Dozer says think of him as a silent clown. 10 Masters wins. Congrats, Johnny Staple. I've never seen this before. Who's Johnny Staple, guys? What was the name of that guy from GTA 4 from the DLC, the biker DLC? Johnny what?
Kravitz. Something like that.
It was Johnny Kravitz? Really?
I don't know.
I was to say, what the fuck? That's a horrible last name for him. It doesn't fit him at all. Oh, see, here's another place where they put this chicken festival shit, dude. But they left out the barn one. They have the other two, but not the barn one. See, there's 3 ultimate posters for the festival. There's 3 of them. Fuck out of here, clown. Sorry, buddy. We got the hamburger line, or hamburger sign here, famous hamburger sign, with the crazy letters that need to be decoded. We don't know what this is, what it means. If anyone can ever, decipher that, let us know.
You fucking bad. I find it and then I die. You.
Wait, you found it?
Found it, but then I died.
Does it tell me where you died on the map? No? The Dream Motel. But here's the chicken festival stuff, guys.
Screw it. I don't even care.
Well, no, I want to see the glyph now. We've been talking about it.
No. Too bad. I'm not going back to find it again. Maybe in the daylight.
So here's the Paleto Bay Monster Truck Festival. It's got, whatever. But then we have these two, the Barn Dance and the Cock one. Now, the Barn Dance, I found a building that looks just like that, but it's not in Paleto Bay. It's over, near, Two Hoots Falls. I'm wondering, is that building the one that's right over there? I wonder if that's the same one. Would be that one over to the left, right? But then we have this billboard, and this billboard's out of sight. You have to go out of your way to see this. And it's saying no to Los Santos landfill in Blaine County. I'm wondering, guys, it's like this mystery is divided in half between the North Mystery and the South Mystery, between the desert and country and the city. How do you feel about that, Delta? Is that something that you think, or do you think it's all going to be connected to one final ultimate answer?
I think it's all connected. All of it. I think you need to learn stuff from the city to understand the country, and the country needs to understand the city. And then you need to find that middle ground.
Yeah, that does make sense. See, I think this is the building where they hold the cornhole, whatever fest, fuck fest. This does look like the same building. This is actually where we do a mission of some sort. What was it? We had to kill the guy on the tractor, right? There's two guys. We gotta go. Oh, I think it's when you do the bounty missions for Trevor. Weren't they called bounty hunter missions?
Yeah, I think so.
The Donkey Punch family farm. Brian, you were hearing a fucking bong rip. You were. Well, do you guys have any questions? Anyone in the comments? Do you guys have any questions for me or Delta? Anything at all, on topic, off topic, anything you like? Do you guys have any theories? Anything that you guys want to throw at us? You know, if it's gonna help us talk about the mystery, I'm down for it. Or if anybody, if we're all kind of bled out of here, then I guess we can start wrapping this up. Actually, you know what? I do want to show off something that you brought up to me, Delta.
Found it.
Okay. There's two things I want to bring up to you as well. So let's go see what he's going to show us. But right here, Delta, I'll come up to you right now, but right where I am at this Donkey Punch farm, it says Zancudo Grain Growers Cooperative.
That's where my marijuana farm is.
Zancudo Grain Growers Cooperative. What if we do have to take down Fort Zancudo? What if we have to shoot for the stars cooperatively online? I've never noticed that it says that there. Zancudo Grain Growers Cooperatively. That's pretty intense, dude. I mean, Zancudo all the way up here? Really? I'm coming to you now.
I don't know.
And then I want to show them the thing that you noticed.
My online marijuana farm is in that building.
Really?
Yeah.
Your online marijuana farm is in that building?
Yep.
That even makes it more appealing to me, dude, because I'm a firm believer that things that they do with the updates are definitely huge clues and pointing us in the right direction. So, I mean, that's... how could they be smacking you upside the head even more harder than they already are? Come on, they're putting you in the building. Here's where the pot is, guys. You're growing it for the Zancudo. The Fort Zancudo kernel needs to get stoned. You're growing his weed.
There, get in the shop off over there. Where you going? Stop.
I'm trying to get up this mountain.
Here.
Oh, you fucking coming for me? Get to the chopper. The plane, the plane. The plane, the plane, the plane. Damn, the animation took a long time to, like, stop. I'm like, damn, dude. Anthony Long says that Johnny Staples is a surfer in GTA 5. That's pretty crazy.
Well, hopefully they don't kill us here. Hold on. Steady the chopper. Open the trees. Jeez, come on.
See, now, what do you think that means, dude?
We're gonna park over here. Hold on. Can't. Why won't this steady?
Land on the one above us. No, because I'll never get it back.
There. Careful with the blade.
Well, I can't get killed, right, in your thing?
Yeah, we will get flown off. It'll, like, send you flying through the air. Careful you don't roll off the cliff, either. Okay, now you know what I think this means, but to the viewers, I want to know what they think of this. It's better if you just come down here and like stand where I'm standing, look at it.
So it is. It's a partially faded eye, or sun,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever you want to interpret as that image that we see.
Oh, I'm gonna load up your video here.
What are you guys thinking? What do you guys think that's all about?
The other one's gonna be a bitch to find, but we'll find it.
Hey, there's 42 people in the chat right now, man. 42
Oh,
people.
thanks for coming, joining guys.
And
So yeah, so
the number of you. Oh, now it's 45, man. It was. They were the answer to the universe, but now they're not.
I just accidentally deleted all my. Well, I couldn't fit Battlefield on my PlayStation because I have all like my GTA videos and pictures from playing the game, and I was like fed up, and I just like went into the file and deleted everything. So now I have to like recapture
You know how many
everything.
times
It's
I've
kind of better that way though. It's a little better that way though because it's just I'm a fresh start.
you've
I
done
can
that
actually
so many times,
concentrate.
dude, where you're
Yeah,
like,
I
I
can
deleted
concentrate now.
everything. I just did it. Impulse move.
Two
It's
times, well,
gone.
two times it was an accident. My system just like messed up, and I had to like do a hard reset, and it was it was horrible losing everything. But then this time I just said screw it. I had like 32 gigs of like space taken up by pictures and videos of GTA, and I just deleted all of them.
So
Now I
Brian,
can concentrate on
Maya
the
says
stuff
that it's a
that's like
pissy split in two, emphasizing that this game is a slut and played by no one's rules but her own. 1337 Gaming says many things it can be, but in my opinion, it's where the eye will be. Nice, I like that. And he says after the eye will be after the pole shift. He says that's where he thinks it's what it's showing. What are you thinking, uh, Delta?
I'm trying to find the location of the other one at the moment. Hold on one sec. I
Ooh, Anthony Long
I
just
mean,
said
I
the eye
think
on
it's a,
top of the mountains has
I
six
believe in the
lines.
eye. I believe in the eye as the sun representing the sun and the moon. And the one place you go to study the sun and the moon is the observatory. And a lot of you might know me best for the observatory and me being like deeply passionate about the observatory in
Well,
this
you were the
game.
one that discovered the
And
huge find there, dude.
so yeah, I
I mean, you
believe
did
it's
make a
there.
giant,
Like I
giant
said
dent in this
earlier,
mystery.
everything has two locations, and I believe our last two unsolved glyphs are at that location because that's what these represent. But then it goes into what does the observatory tell us? But that's for on video another day because that's just too deep.
If you want to just quickly brush, like, give a nice synopsis of this two location thing for anyone that might not
And
understand
this
that
is just
fully.
like yeah. I mean, in theory, like my theory, well, I wouldn't say my theory. A lot of theories and logical explanation and stuff is that each glyph on Mount Chiliad has another location somewhere in the game. So far, we know that the mountain glyph, or some people call it the radio tower glyph, that one on Mount Chiliad is also located as a sand glyph next to the alien code in the Grand Sonora Desert. Then you have the rain glyph, which is also at the hippie camp, and you also have the moon glyph, which is again also at the hippie camp. So each one of those glyphs have two locations, but then you have this glyph that we're standing at here, and another one that I'm currently trying to locate. Down, it's just a regular looking eye glyph, and there's no really other location. No one has ever really found another location. I think that they're at the observatory because they're best represented at the observatory, and they're shadows, so like it would represent the sun and the moon because the sun and the moon are what create shadows, and and shadows would tell us a time, it tells us a season, everything at the observatory. It's just like I said, that one's for another day, but that's what I think they are.
Do
I
you
think they
do you
represent
think it's
shadows.
possible that the other partner glyph, if you will, can be a shadow? Kind of like how we see the eye from the lighthouse. You know how we had the video where the lighthouse
Yeah.
you know, shined a shadow upon the rocks below Ursula's house. Do you think it's possible that that can be the partner to Glyph, a shadow?
What do you mean, like a what Glyph?
Like you're saying that like it has two locations. Can the other location be one in the form of a shadow?
Yes, I mean, I believe so. I mean, it's the only... If you're looking for another location for a glyph, like the other ones are, the only one that best represents it... I mean, there's no other location. No one has ever found another eye glyph that represents those glyphs so well, other than there being, like, shadows that represent eyes. There's one, not just at the observatory, like you said, there's one at the lighthouse, or stuff like that. So, like, it could just be a shadow. It could just be representing shadows, but even so, like, I think that if it's representing a shadow, then it's telling you to look at the sun and the moon, because that's what create a shadow. And what's the coincidence that the sun and the moon in this game are like almost like real life? Like, they operate very similar to real life. Is they put a lot of detail into it, so I feel like they're trying to point out the sun and the moon. Look at the sun and the moon, and the sun and the moon create shadows, and those shadows will then tell you stuff.
Yeah, you are right, man. They did.
Where do you go to study the sun, the moon, and the stars, and space, and everything around you? You go to an observatory, and what's in the game? An observatory that looks almost identical to real life. And what's there? Other puzzles that are like spread across the grounds and stuff like that. I don't know. It tells you a lot. I just think that they represent shadows.
Oh, I think you're right, dude. Because if you think about it, just like you said, blatantly, just plain common sense. Look at what they focused on with their time. They spent a lot of time making this sun and moon cycle, like, real. Like, I mean, this shit is dead on as best as you can do for what this is, you know, in this game. You got the phases of the moon, you got everything's just great. And, I mean, you're the one that even told me, we've said this before, but, and I even had you show me where in the Wikipedia, and I read it word for word myself, that the lead art director, I believe he was, for Rockstar, made a statement saying that every Easter egg has been found in GTA 4, but he doesn't think that that's going to ring true for GTA 5, which you told me was a challenge in your eyes, and now you're going to find them all. So, I mean, if he's that confident to make a statement like that...
The community can find them all.
Well, right, but I mean, you're now on a fucking mission, you know, you got a hard-on for this mystery. Like, and I mean, if you're...
You can't say, it's a challenge. He tried to say that, you know, we're not good enough to find all of them. He's not so sure that all of them will be found. Well, that's a challenge. Challenge accepted.
If you think about it, man, he's a lead art director. He knows gamers. He knows that's his world. So he knows how we find things. Like if it's 10 days in real lifetime, that's like 5 years in a video game. Like if we haven't found an Easter egg by then, that's like dog years, kind of like. So 3 years later, we haven't solved it yet. He's laughing his ass off. Like I knew I was right. So I can't wait to at least prove that guy wrong and say, look at bitch, we solved it at least before GTA 6 came out.
Danny, jump out.
Oh, not another one of your death crash helicopter fucking pits of hell.
It's right up there.
Oh, man.
See. Now I don't know where it's... Oh, it's right there.
My nut hair just got singed off. What's going on, Anthony Long, Dzirk, Bulas?
Stand back where I am, you can see it better. Maybe use your camera.
Oh, okay.
You can see that the one side is extended. You fall on. The one side is extended further than the other side is. This one's a faded eye lift too, but it's more. It's just more plain. It just looks more like the eye.
Wait, how is it faded? I see the whole fucking thing.
The one. You know how the line usually goes right through. The left side of the eye has the line is faded off. It's not a full line like the other ones are.
Oh.
It's more extended on one side than the other side.
Now, why do you think that is?
I don't know.
What if it's telling, dude? What if it's telling us this?
It could mean like at the observatory though. There's a time where the sun creates the eye shadow to form like vertical. Like, so that it would make sense. Like, pretend that the line was the obelisk, and the thing around it is the shadow. So that would be the eye. So it may be telling you to look at the time when the shadow is vertical on the obelisk, not horizontal.
What if it's telling us, you know, these things are at different parts of the mountain? Okay, we got the glyph here. We got the glyph that we were just at. We got the image on top of Mount Chiliad at the mural. You know, what if these are just symbols for what position the sun is in, and what kind of shadow is being casted onto this area? Like, okay, there should be a partially covered shadow here, and then over there, you know, more covered because it's more faded. And you know, maybe it's trying to show us the position or phase of the sun or whatever at each spot, so we can kind of track it and know, you know, how to judge where it's going to land at what time. I mean, you follow what I'm saying? Maybe it has something to do with like real time. Because think about it, who would have done this stuff? Probably like the ancients, like the people, ancient civilizations that lived here. Maybe the Aztecs or whoever. Maybe they were doing this to tell each other, you know, whatever they found or seen or whatever. You know, maybe this is their way of hiding it. Like they hide their gold. Maybe they don't want us inside that room. Maybe they're doing stuff like this to explain it, because they don't have fucking internet back then. They only have
want to see
sticks and stones.
Like, I don't want to like sit here and say like this is like, you know, my theory. Like I'm sure everyone's heard my theory multiple times on your channel and stuff like that. Like that's why I want to like other people's opinions of what these eyes can be and stuff like that. But if you want me to show you the shadow eyes, even at the lighthouse, you can go visit those things.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I'm definitely down. That's why I encourage everyone to leave comments and talk in the discussion or in the description. I mean, in the comments, and I'll definitely get back and look at it, and you know, we could have discussions on everyone's thoughts. You know, as I'm playing it now, I'm doing my best to read the comments and.
Raining, so it's gonna be hard to see. But
on our way there, can we stop and just hover by the Bolingbrook prison? So I can point out something that you've seen there. I want to kind of bring this up to everyone's attention also. I thought this is really weird, and it goes along with that Zancudo find that I just pointed out a minute ago. You know, weird names or mysterious and suspicious names in weird locations, basically. This guy that goes along with that. So after we hit this prison really quick, we're gonna go. You're gonna show us the connection at the observatory.
The light. I'll show you the lighthouse eye. We'll just like brief up on like the lighthouse eye and
okay.
do some weird things and a touch up.
So,
talk about any new things that's maybe come up, or I don't know.
Do you think that there's anything to like? I noticed like it's a different loading screen like when you sign into the game between Xbox and PlayStation. And when I signed into the GTA on Xbox, I noticed I was able to see that one picture a lot closer, and that baseball bat that Franklin's holding behind his head. It says like 1868, or it says some date on there. And it has some stuff on there, and I mean, I'm noticing small things in pictures that I've seen 1,000 times that I've never seen before. I'm wondering exactly how much stuff is really right in front of us that we are overlooking. I mean, it's happening so much.
Look how big the game is. Like, just take a minute and just like look around and look at how big the game is. Like, there's so much hidden. And
yeah.
like we said in another video recently too, like some people see things and others don't, because like you have more knowledge in that subject. Like I understand astrology and astronomy and stuff like that, and space and shit like that. I understand all that stuff, and other people don't. So it's up to me to explain and show what I see based on that, and then. Like you have obviously a thing in music, so you might point out something in music. Someone might have a thing pointed out in games. And that's why it takes, I guess,
Right.
community
That's
effort.
why I truly believe they want us to use
Where am I
teamwork to
going here
solve
before
this
we get
thing.
shot down?
Okay, so basically, guys, I'm going to go on my map really quick and show you that when we do the mission Chop early in the game, we go in the area called La Mesa. If you look on the map right now, you can see the bottom left, it says La Mesa. That's where La Mesa is located, and it actually goes. And there's a lot of connections to La Mesa between the car and Trevor's car being, Canis vehicle and the 88 constellations and Mesa, all this stuff. It's all tied in a big. I talked about this a lot, but basically Delta noticed something the other day. We were playing, and I can't believe this, but I mean, you guys have been watching my videos daily, and you know what I've been talking about. I brought up this Bolingbrook Penitentiary. I think it's weird that it's called Bolingbrook and the word bowling is hidden in it and all that stuff. But when you look at this water tower, it actually says La Mesa on the water tower. La Mesa is printed on this water tower. Now, why in God's gray earth does a bowling penitentiary prison that's in, if you look at the bottom left, Grand Sonora Desert, miles and miles away from fucking La Mesa, why does it have a fucking water tower that says La Mesa? Anybody. I don't care if it's Jesus toast soaked in Jesus juice. Tell me your ideas, thoughts, conclusions, theories, answers, whatever it may be. Let us know, because this needs some explanations. Just like the Zancudo grain of growing fucking truth needs to be explained up in Paleto Bay. So, that is pretty crazy. And then we're now going to head to the lighthouse.
Yeah. What time is it?
It is 16:22. Why, do you want to go to a different location?
No, I'm just gonna make sure that the sun's in the right spot, casting a shadow.
Oh, the sun doesn't cast the eye
Yeah, I don't know if
over
the
there
lighthouse. It's not gonna cast it until the afternoon.
until the morning, till the early morning.
Yeah, the morning. Yeah, the morning. Go to the observatory real quick. This rain needs to go away. It's not gonna work too well.
Brian Amaya, I noticed that from a couple people's videos that the hippie camp is actually an alien's face when you mirror it and put it together. Do you know that, Delta?
What's that?
The hippie camp is actually an alien's head if you mirror it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I've seen a video on that.
that makes me really want to mirror more significant, suspicious locations.
I can't tell you how I feel on that.
Sir Stabilis has a good point. Says that translating the Spanish names for areas on the map into English may hold something. Las Venturas, Los Santos, Great Chaparral, La Mesa, Zancudo. You know what? You know what's pretty crazy? Is that El Burro, we have El Burro Heights, right? And El Burro was a character in the older GTA games. Even, I believe, the Liberty City Stories, was it? But yeah, El Burro was a name of a gang-like guy in the older games. And now that's a name of a place, El Burro Heights.
So it's getting late in the night, so it's not where we need it to be. But that's what I was saying. Maybe it means vertical. See how it's about to stand vertical on the filler?
Yeah.
It's not in the right spot. It needs to be morning, but
I think it's like 2:30 or something where you can clearly see it, like right here.
right here. See, this one, the faded eye glyph, I think, is the smaller one. The smaller obelisk here. It's just leaving the form of the full eye. We just missed it. But that is what the faded eye glyph is. And the podium that this thing sits on is obstructing the eye's view, and that's what makes it faded on the one corner of the glyph, is the podium shadow.
So do you think that the one
Cutting
needs to
it,
be a
cutting it.
shadow, and then
And I think the other one is this one, which tells like time, points where the sun is. That one tells season, and this one tells time.
your discovery that you made over here? How does this play into everything? The one that you found over here. If you want to explain this to maybe
Tells
anybody
you
that didn't catch that or is still kind of confused on this.
that's kind of like if you believe in like the enlightenment process too. You need to get to be like winter is a very significant enlightenment, and even in like movies and stuff that are about enlightenment, it's like one of the last scenes is winter. And I found that with the winter solstice in the game, the shadow lines, the eye looks almost like a beautiful eye right on this plate here, and it lines like beautifully up to the plate, and it actually touches the plate just like the other two plates on the opposite sides of on the west and east side of the obelisk uh, line up. So when the eye lines up here, it's the winter solstice, and then about 1 week it'll be. I don't know. I felt like it would line up and create the eclipse where it needs to create it, but who
See,
knows?
but the thing
I
is,
couldn't
like,
get
out
that.
of all the crazy days, like,
Out of
it's
all the days, one of them actually lines up, and it
yeah,
happens
where
to
you
be a
actually see
winter
this thing as a
solstice when it.
perfect circle and a dot in the middle, right on
And
this
it's
plate.
what's the coincidence that like that would be a winter solstice, and a winter solstice is like what you need for enlightenment, and enlightenment's seen all throughout the game. So like, I kind of felt like it's very important. It's the only thing that really like it makes the puzzle stand out too. It makes like the planet Uranus is located on the ground here, and we see "Beam Me Up Uranus" at the hippie camp, and "Take Me Up" and stuff like that. And it really makes everything like the whole puzzle that's here at the observatory really stands out by the moon touching this plate, by the moon shadow touching this plate.
Yeah, like you even
Makes
explain
everything
like
stand out.
those like sun symbols and whatever that circle around the hippie camp on the outer rim of it, like how they fade out. Like it could be like the rising and
Like a
setting of the
and
sun, and
like the sun, like you said, like two something, yeah, like about 240 something. You'll see this. I think it's like 140 something actually, 145. You'll see the big obelisk here will actually this because the way the sun is like how the sun rotates in the game world. This the eyeshadow will always be really small right here because of how the sun is in the. I can't explain it. It's really fucking hard to explain, but yeah, but the at night when the moon is out, it creates the because the distance from the game world to the moon is greater. So depending on if it's lower in the sky or higher in the sky. If it's lower in the sky, it creates a really long shadow, and which would like land right here. If it's higher in the sky, or I'm sorry, if it's higher in the sky, it makes it hit this mark. If it's lower in the sky, it stretches all the way to the observatory doors. And that's what made me know that there's a distance, like definitely a distance with seasons in the moon, because depending on where the moon is, creates the length of how long the obelisk shadow is. And then so when the shadow actually lined up with something, that's how I knew that that must be representing something, and it sure did. It like represents everything. Uranus stands out. It tells you that it's a winter solace. The only thing I can't figure out is time. What's the time? Time
okay.
everything happens.
So if it's landing on this in real life, what are these plates? Because these plates are really there in real life, right?
Yeah, these plates are here in real life, but they're all
What do they
combined
stand for? Like,
together.
what does this
Rocks are
plate stand
combined
for?
together. This one is like it's a sun plate. This one is like man, it's hard. Here, wait, I'll show you. I gotta do this in order. So this is a planetary plate, and that represents planets, and they're all over the place. And then these ones are these like steel ones, these steel ovals, are solstice equinox plates, and there's also gold ones in real life too, and we have a gold one over here. The only thing Rockstar added was the big gold plates, because they didn't really add it. But in real life, this big massive plate represents the sun. In the center of all the planets, like so those little tiny lines that represent planets, those are there in real life. And they wrap around the entire observatory. And this big giant square is the center of the sun in the center of the solar system, in our solar system. Maybe I don't know if I explained that well enough.
Oh, you did. Yeah, I followed you. So,
Right.
so
then,
since the
then,
shadow of the moon lands on the sun, what is it telling us? Eclipse. That would tell me, right?
because then you have to remember then planet Uranus is here. So if you follow planet Uranus's thing around, you actually hit this silver equinox plate over here, but you also hit the gold sun plate. It's gold, so it is the sun, it is the equinox solstice plate, and it is a planetary plate. This egg plate right here is all three of the things: sun, the moon, and the planet. It's all of them, and it's the center. And the only way that this whole puzzle works is if that obelisk hits this sun plate right here, because then it will light up all of the little lines that need to be lit up.
Damn.
It's the only way it works.
Damn.
It's I don't know if I explained that well enough.
No, you did, dude. I'm just like, now I'm just, my mind is racing like a friggin'.
You need more visuals. Like I need to like show it.
No, you did. No, you did a good job, dude. You explained it very well, honestly. You know, in real life too. I looked at the website, and they do have weird symbols on their door too. I thought this was just put here for like the mystery, but this is actually like, these aren't the right symbols, but there are symbols on the observatory in real life store. But what these symbols are might be something that we should look into. I mean, that does look like a spider web. I've heard other things. Maybe it's not.
Super Blunt 505. If I could talk to Neil deGrasse Titan, I would definitely love that. That would be awesome. And he probably would solve it, no doubt about it. I wish I could talk to that man. Very smart guy.
See, Brian says to place two main characters of the game on the smaller circles one. Okay, basically, bringing the characters here, that's been done, but you know what? One good point I want to make is something strange at least does happen here when you bring them here. Delta, what did you say happened to you, or that you've...
Yeah, like I put all the characters on all different spots and tested this out.
About the driving and honking
and stuff. Yeah, I've tested all the character placements. And when you put either, it doesn't matter which order you put them in, but Trevor, Franklin, or Michael, if you put them on this, like say they're standing right here, like on this little, where are you? Oh, you're right there. If they're standing on this, and you put each one of them on one of those lines, they'll start to, like when you switch to another character, the character will walk up this line to the planetary line right here. And he just walks here. If they're in a car or a space
Does he walk up and stop on this too? Does he stop here?
Yeah, he walks and stops.
Come on, so you mean to tell me...
And then when you switch to another character, like say the other character's on this one over here, when you switch to the other character, this character will then walk from here to that line and stop. And if they're in a car, they drive... If you're in a car and you're standing in this field thing right here in the field, or if you're even... Like, I think it's even here. I don't know if this field works, but I think it's mainly this side. From the sun plate over to where you're standing. If you're in a car, you'll start driving around in circles. It'll just, like, the character will just start driving in circles when you switch characters. And they won't stop. It just keeps going until they crash.
What the fuck? Dude, don't you think that that's a little suspicious?
It is a little suspicious, it is, but I don't know.
Dude, I've
all
even
stand here. Who knows? Or maybe we just don't know the order. Maybe the time was wrong.
Come on, you're basically squirting semen all over the place.
I've tried so many orders. I've tried mission orders with these. I've tried Eclipse and trying to use these characters. I've done different orders of the characters.
Yeah, but you might not have been on the right day, week, time. Something wasn't right, dude.
There's so many things that could have been wrong.
One small detail could have been wrong. Don't let that discourage you, because, dude, I've wanted to prove a point before, because people have said you can't hunt with all 3 characters. It doesn't work. And so I made a video where I actually have them all in buzzards in Sandy Shores, and I'm switching between them, and they're not moving. Like they try to tell me before, you can't hunt with all 3 of them because as soon as you switch, the other guy's going to run away. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to show a video and prove it. And I have a video out where they're all just hovering, one above each place, and I'm showing how no one's going anywhere. So you're telling me that you'll switch to the character, and he'll be like, all right, fuck you, I'm going to walk along this suspicious line over to this suspicious iconic spot and stop.
Danny,
and then
come over here.
Over in the same thing over there, and then same thing in the middle, but instead of walking, you're spinning in circles like you've just lost your mind. Dude, that's big.
Look at the moon for the viewers, and in 1 hour of in-game time, which is very shortly, that thing is going to flip.
Where's the moon?
Right in front of you. Very, very thin. Right in front of you. See it?
No. Oh, yeah, I do it now. Okay. Clouds are covering it. In 1 minute, or one game hour, it's going to flip?
Yep, it should flip. If I'm right. If not, then it's the next day. If that thing is so thin, I think that's the new moon flip. That's going to flip. Which means it's a new month.
So we're gonna watch the sun go into a new moon.
There might be one phase after this. I'm not sure. This is pretty thin though, so I'm thinking it's flipping. So it's been a while.
What's the time right now?
23:35.
All right, guys, we might be witnessing a real life flip here. You know what's funny? That we're watching the moon right now. In real life, I believe tonight is a supermoon in real life. Happens every 70 years, guys.
Nice.
Every 70 years. So the next time it happens, you're probably going to be dead. So you might want to witness this tonight.
Sure, you're in good view if stupid things, the stupid light post isn't in the way. 10 seconds. 8 seconds. But this represents a new month of in-game time. Let's flip.
Come on, the light post. There it goes.
There you go. There you go.
We just watched the flip.
It's a new month. It's a new month.
I have to say, I've never witnessed that before yet, dude. I've never actually witnessed a flip.
That's awesome.
And now it fades away.
It's a represent. Let's see if we can see the shadow. It's probably going to be hard to see the shadow at night. I use director mode to see the shadows, but it is hard to see them.
What that just showed us was basically the moon's did its month cycle, and now it's switching to the other side, like the waxing crescent to the waning crescent.
What's that?
Like it was. It just did its month cycle, right? And it was the last day of that month, and it switched over to the other moon, to the new moon.
Yes.
From either a waxing or a waning crescent to the other. Waxing to waning or waning to waxing.
Yeah. And it went to waning crescent. It's a new moon flip.
What if we have to, Super Blunt saying, what if we have to, oh no, Brian, I'm sorry, is saying, what if we have to shoot the moon, like CJ did with the sniper, on the day of the supermoon, man? Maybe today's the day. Shoot it when it flips. What if we have to shoot it when it flips, and just catch it right there, that second of transformation? And then the other 2 lights on the door will light up, and the big middle bubble on the observatory will crack open like an egg, and all the strippers in the game will come running out naked with bazookas and try to kill us. That's my theory. Okay, Sir Stabulus is asking, she says, or he says, now my question is, does that month cycle happen in the same place in the sky? Does it line up with certain places? So basically, next month in the game, will it be in the same spot in the sky?
No, it'll be in a different spot, which represents, that's how you know there's seasons as well in the game. because different depends on where the moon is in the season, if it's higher or lower in the sky, and it's always different. It's a little bit more to the left every day. It'll like each night, every day in the moon, like you'll watch the moon, just sit there one day and just watch it for 24 hours. You'll see the moon will rise in one spot, and then the next day it rises in a different spot, and it does it throughout the whole month. And that's how you notice different months and different seasons within the game.
So can we technically
And that's why
figure out what month it is if we really did diligently tried by placement and everything else?
The only issue, like I was trying to discuss to you earlier when we were off the stream, but the only thing is you don't have a month on when it started. I guess you could sit here and say we were in North Yankton and robbing that bank 9 years ago, and it was Christmas, so you know it was winter. So 9 years later, I guess you could say you're in Los Angeles and it's winter, so it's around November, December, maybe January area. So I don't know. I mean, you don't have a set month. They don't give you like, okay, it's October, and now you can follow it. You just kind of have to guess how many months you've played through. When I start the game, I just pretend that that's month 1. No matter what month it is, I just pretend it's month 1. And then I try to play throughout the whole thing. I feel like we start off in like the summer. I get the feeling when I play the game, it's like summer, and then we're supposed to end it like near winter, like the winter solstice. It's like it's winter solstice.
So, but if we
play
could
through like 3 or 4 months, and only 3 or 4 months. I don't think it's a whole 12-month year cycle like real life. I think because it's even time is sped up. So I think everything is sped up into a short span of just a few months. And we're playing through just that much. You just have to keep track of what month you're on. Month 1, 2, 3, or 4. And maybe that's even a year. Maybe there's only 4 months in a GTA year. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know. I've never really tested it that deep, but
that's pretty crazy.
It could be.
Now, also, Philip Black is saying that he's seen it. I've seen it direct flyover observatory from parking lot. See, now this is the thing. If you guys want to view that flip and stuff in director mode, Delta showed me something or told me about it before. I never did it, but he made a good point because I did try it at one point, and I told him my frustrations. I couldn't see a flip. You have to stop the speeding up of time in director mode before midnight, because if you keep on fast forwarding through midnight, it's never going to change that day. It's going to stay that same day. It's just going to go over again. You have to stop director mode and let the time tick on from, like, say 11:30 to like midnight. So then the game actually.
You can be like start if you like forward the moon to like 11:58 even 11:59. Just let it tick over naturally from 11:59 to 12 o'clock, and as soon as it's 12:01, you can fast forward it again. But you have to let it naturally tick over, or else it will go back to the previous moon.
Yeah, and you'll be just cycling through the same day basically every, unless you know that you're not going to go anywhere, So that's good to know if you guys ever want to do some diligent hunting within director mode. Director mode is a great tool. Without director mode, Delta, you probably wouldn't have found that sun symbol or moon symbol at this plate right here.
And another trick too with director mode as well. If you forward time like that and let time naturally tick over to 12 o'clock, and at 12:01, at 12:01 go backwards in time, and it'll go back to that phase's night. But I can't explain it. So at 11:59, let it tick over to 12:01. At 12:01, go back to like 11:58, and then let it tick over again at 12 o'clock, and then do it again, and you're fast forwarding days that way. And that way you can see, say like you want the moon, instead of the moon being in Los Santos just above Los Santos, and you want the moon to be above Mount Chiliad, you have like a month or 2 months of in-game time to go before that moon gets to be above Mount Chiliad at midnight. So you can just hurry up and fast forward time in one little spot real quick, and then just let time tick on and fast forward it until it's in front of Chiliad. It's
See,
just a quick way to speed up days.
dude, you know, since you're saying it like that, thinking about it, that the position of the moon, it's got to mean something where it's positioned. It's got to. That's got to play a. We probably would have had this mystery solved by now, but something stupid like the moon not being in the right spot in the sky wasn't right, and that's why we've
And
been.
like that's what goes with mission order things too. Like I found that like like the game's always ending when the moon, no matter what I do, the moon always ends within an area of like the game. And I think everyone's game is that way. Like I've looked up on YouTube like other people playing games at the end game where their moon is located. I pay attention to where the moon is, and it's always in the same vicinity. But it depends on what day it is in your game. Did you do something wrong where it put your game off and your moon's not either, maybe it has a few days to go until you're there, or maybe you passed it, maybe you passed up the day and you have to wait a whole nother in-game year until you get it again.
Oh, so you're basically saying that subliminally, if you catch and you're paying attention to where the moon is in that last mission or end game, you'll notice that it's not right with how you played the game. It's not lining up right where it should be. But what you're actually seeing is what Rockstar's telling you is the answer. Basically, that you have to have it in that fucking spot, in that area. And if it doesn't line up, then you've done something wrong. You have to make your game adjust and make it work to where it lands on what you see in the ending mission, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like
yeah, I think that's
maybe
good,
like,
man.
maybe like yeah, where like you end the, sorry, excuse me, sorry. You end the game and the moon has to be, you know, like maybe like the Altura someone mentioned earlier, the guy looking over at the rock over in the ocean at the Alturas camp. Maybe he's looking for the eclipse or whatnot. Maybe the moon is going to set right in that area because that's exactly where it sets. When you pick option C and you go and you kill Devin Weston by throwing him off the cliff in the car, that's where the moon is. That's where the moon comes in. And at the end game, it kind of focuses on that island, and you can see the sun coming in and you can see the moon coming in. But the only way you can see the moon coming in is if your game is correct. If you're a few days late or a few days early, you're not going to see that moon in that picture frame. So it makes me feel like you definitely need the moon in a certain location by the time you end the game.
Right. Because I mean, another thing that you've pointed out to me, man, you've been a very big help in this mystery so far, man, with a lot of different things. And another one I'll point out is the setup. You know, you have the song. Out of all the A, B, and C, option C is the only song that was created for the game. The other two are like real life songs, and that's the setup by Favored Nations. And the lyrics are, it's a setup. Okay, what is it setting us up for? We just beat the game. What do you mean it's a setup? We just beat the game. What are we getting set up for? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, again, with the music telling us and teaching us or hinting, you know, what are we getting set up for? What could be next? Maybe, you know, if we have everything right, we'll know. It'll happen. It won't even get to that setup. It'll just, you know, put us into that trigger of the mystery, and we can get there. Like, I don't know what we gotta do, but I really like that you pointed that out because, you know, you think of the big score as like a big heist, but really, that's what the music is called. When you go buy the album for the game, like the game soundtrack, it's called the score. GTA 5, the score. And because scores, it's a duality, like another duality within Rockstar. A score could be a heist, it could be, you know, pulling off a job, or it could be a piece of music. And I think that's one thing that we're not doing as much. I think we're not catching it as much as we should be. And that's the little clever dualities and wordplay and things like you just said, noticing a fucking position of the moon at a certain time in a certain cutscene. Like, who's doing that? You know? Who's doing that? So, there's a lot that you guys can take in from this this discussion today, man. There's a lot you guys can put in your tool belt from this conversation that we're having. And all you guys that are talking in the comments, thank you guys so much for teaming up and contributing and joining up today. Rising Sun, what's up? Jesus, what's going on? Thank you so much, everyone, for jumping in. We're almost at a
Lighthouse.
2-hour mark. This is a pretty long discussion, but you know what? It seemed like it was pretty packed full of good content, so I'm pretty happy with it. Do you want to go for maybe a couple more minutes and like try to end it around 2 hours?
Yeah, we can do that.
I don't want to try to drag it too long because I don't want to discourage any new people from jumping in and watching it. I guess it's their own, you know.
The other eye.
Oh yeah, the eye. See, you're on point. There's the eye, guys. See the eye? Right by the steps? 6:30 in the morning. The sun is actually casting onto the lighthouse. And the lighthouse is actually casting an eye. And if you look above the eye, it's almost like an arrow. Almost like a pointer needle. Is it aiming at Ursula's? Or is it aiming beyond into Gordo? Or even further into Mount Gilead? What is that?
There's something big here, I feel like. And see, that's a big thing with the pumpkins. Like, obviously it's near October. Like, we know that. So it's like, it's just when exactly is it? When is October? It must be near Halloween because there's pumpkins growing. And they're like full-grown pumpkins, so it's near October.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's how we're going to find out, subliminally, just like everything else. Like, what if when we're supposed to meet Ursula, okay, and we take her back here, and then we see her house and see the pumpkins, that's like a trigger for us to say, hey, we know now that we're in October. Because, you know what I mean? We're following the mission orders and everything's lining up and doing what it's supposed to so far and blah, blah, blah. And maybe that's how we know certain months, just by a visual confirmation that we see at the area when we're doing something. That's telling us, okay, now we're in October because I see these pumpkins. You know, it might be something like that.
Yeah.
We do know this place is very important because, I mean, come on, anyone that did the Beast and Bigfoot Easter egg, we got brought right to this house. There's a hitchhiker that's dead on the ground right here that we have to go and trigger.
I think it's interesting too to point out that in the online heists, Series A, that Trevor is here meeting the guy to sell him the drugs. And if GTA Online takes place before the events of GTA Story, then that means Trevor is involved with this house prior to us, like, working in story mode, like coming here with Ursula. There's something Trevor's tied to here. Because why would he meet someone at the lighthouse, at this house?
I don't know.
To sell him drugs. And then he cries at that tree. And
oh yeah, doesn't he kick the tree and stuff with the infinite rage?
He's like, yeah, he might. I don't know. Maybe it's just a road, and this house just happened to be placed. Just happens to be placed next to the road, and that's just where he decided to. I just feel like there's something sticking out there with that.
Well, just
they
like
pointed that out for a reason.
At the beginning of the video, also I pointed out the trees from Red Dead Redemption, right? Well, here it is again. The tree of skulls. But there's actually stuff on this one. Maybe this is the more relevant tree of its kind. We got a tire on a rope. And we also got the water buoy. Now, me and Trippy talked about this water buoy before. How did it get stuck up in a tree over here? Is it from a tsunami wave? Is it, just there to hint towards a tsunami wave? Or maybe it's just there for shits and giggles. Don't know, but there's a lot of things to take into consideration, like especially the color of the cord. Like we got the regular colored rope for the tire, and then we have a blue colored rope holding the buoy. So
how'd you get up there?
I didn't even know I was going to be able to get up here. I just pressed square and I got up. My character just went to the movies to see The Simian, and he was influenced, and so now he started climbing the trees. So yeah, guys, that's a whole lot of stuff to think about. You guys definitely want to stay tuned, as possibly tonight or tomorrow, my channel might be having something very, very nice for you guys to check out. So you might want to check out the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Follow on Twitch and Twitter, all that other fun shit. And turn the notifications on all that stuff so you guys are notified when I post or whatever, so you don't miss out and you don't hear it last. So thank you guys all for jumping in, for the discussions, for the teamwork, for just the awesome time hanging out. Delta, thank you yet again, man, for another awesome talk in GTA 5 Online. Well, it's been an honor and a pleasure, man. I hate to do this to you, but
take it easy, guys.
I gotta do it. Oh, I can't do it! You're a fucking COP, that bitch. I was gonna kill you. Oh, I was gonna kill you. But I can't. You ruined the ending of the video. I can't even kill you now. You know? Unbelievable. Oh, he killed me. He got to it fast. He was the quick draw, man. He won the duel. Oh, Lord Almighty on a stick. What do you do? Kick me out of your fucking club? Your fucking Your fucking Boy Scouts of America cookie crumble fucking club of doom.
Girl Scout cookie marijuana. That's actually a pretty good strain.
Is it even a strain?
Girl Scout cookie? Yeah, marijuana strain.
I killed you with a musket. How do you feel about yourself?
Awesome. Back to Civil War days.
Well, we had a lot of good stuff here, guys. Thanks for jumping in once again. Until next time, take it easy. Ta-ta. And, run from the bullets. Ah. Wasted. I've been scoped. Alright, Norbert Hajadu, Gibbsy Goodness, APPIO, Hellfly, all you motherfuckers, thank you so much. I love you all. Oh, goddamn, this guy is just not having a good fucking day. Not at all. So, we're gonna end it. Yeah, let's do it. We'll end it again like trippy commentaries. I've been doing that sometimes. Usually in discussions, I go ahead and shout out my boy Chippy and give it a good old sticky bomb ending. So until we meet again, guys. Peace.
Peace.
What's up with it? Hey, they won't be expecting that one.
You're gonna try to mug me?